Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Mosballin. I've been getting a lot of requests for a lot of different games, a lot of different challenges. People are asking me how to beat certain things, so I'm gonna make this an all-in-one video trying to explain every game mode as best as I can, as fast as I can, right? It's gonna be like a minute. I finished all the challenge trials. I finished all the Western Conference. I'm still up to the East. I'm taking my time with it. I'm not like trying to go too crazy, but all of these I'll go one by one. I won't go too crazy. I'll just show y'all basically what lineup I did and what I just kept doing over and over again, all right? Or what you guys should be looking at. I'll try to make this as best as I can. Make sure to subscribe if this helps you out. Smash that like button, share it with anyone else you think it could help. If it helps. If it doesn't help, bro, don't even worry about it, all right? I understand. So first game is blowout. This is the one you got to win the game by at least 20. This is easy. No reason to explain it. You're playing against the Suns. Suns are used to getting blown out, bro. I'm just saying. I'm kidding. But y'all saw it in game 7, so that's just how that one goes. The game 2. This one's actually gonna be the only one I do not explain because I made a full video on this. In like 5 minutes, I explained exactly which shots count as post moves, and the game ends as soon as you do all 15 and how to make sure they count and all that. So that's gonna be linked down below. So first 2 already done, all right? Game 3, all original owns. Don't have to explain this, nice and easy. Y'all could do the first 3, no problem, right? So 4, score 100 with any player, 8-minute quarters. I probably don't need explanation on this as well. But remember, use your timeout so you don't get hurt. You might still get hurt. What I ended up happening for me, my player got hurt with 60-something points in the second quarter. And then I just used another player that I already had in, and he scored the 100 in the next 2 quarters. That's what I did. It worked out pretty, like, it wasn't the greatest, but make sure you use your timeouts. Utilize those, they'll definitely help you out. Now, this is where we'll begin. Win the game without letting the other team make a 3, all right? So first off, you want to make your lineup. If you have good defenders, use the best defenders you have. That's honestly what I would say. Definitely use the best defenders you have, whoever that may be. So for me, I'm going to use Sealy. I have Sealy and Drew Holiday, both free cards the past couple weeks. Basically free. Matisse Thybulle, who I also got for free. And then I'm just basically use size, right? If you have size, whatever size you have, whoever you could use. For example, I'll just use LaMarcus. And we could use Mutombo or Ball or whoever. So I'll just run this lineup right here. This is going to be the lineup I'm going to run in this game. And let's load into this game. So we got to make sure no one gets a 3 off. Now, one thing we need to note is the only 2 players that are trying to shoot 3s are literally Clay and Curry. But if you leave Draymond wide open, he will shoot it. So best way to make this challenge happen is by making sure they don't even get 3s, right? So we're going to run them off the 3-point line completely. First thing we're going to do is we're going to set up defensive settings. And now, honestly, I wouldn't even do that here. I wouldn't do that here at all. What we would do, first of all, let me go back so you guys know what's going on. Defensive settings, you click that. You're going to click R1. It's going to show you Steph Curry. This is the only player we're looking at right now. So Steph Curry, we're going to switch his on ball to smother. We're going to smother him. Off ball, we're going to deny, right? We can smother it tight, whichever way you want. We can smother it tight, whatever it is. You're going to go all the way down. There's going to be extended pressure. Let's add that. Let's go, yes, extend the pressure. We, like, literally, this is Steph Curry. Remember you say you guard it from the parking lot? That's what we're going to do with Steph. You're going to hit R1 again. You're going to do the same thing to Clay. We're going to extend. You don't have to do this extend stuff. Just saying. You don't have to. On ball, you could do tight. You don't have to go crazy. But honestly, the main important thing that you should also be focused on is off-ball screens. You're going to either want to go over, right? Or you're going to switch altogether. Honestly, I didn't do all the settings, but I'm just trying to help you guys out. Just depending on how you play, I'm just going to explain it in-game what I did. But doing this isn't going to hurt you at all, right? Because they do some off-ball screens. I'll tell y'all what I did with that. But after you do that, you're going to go to coach settings. You're going to make sure this is off. If you don't have this off, everything you just did was for nothing. So make sure that's off. That's going to be important for a lot of the things. Another thing you want to do is turn off your help defense. You could turn it off completely. It doesn't really work like that. I always turn it off like halfway, 25, 30, around there. But in defensive settings, you want to go all the way to the bottom where it says drive help rules. And you want to make sure this says no help at all, all right? Make sure it doesn't help, because if it helps, you're going to leave the 3-point shooters open, and you don't want to do that. So this game is the first game we're going over. This one I've been getting a lot of questions about. So I just want to make sure you guys stay disciplined the whole game and what we're going to do. Some people want a full court press. You can do that. Full court press can work too. Now, one thing we could do is fully on ball and stay connected at all times, or we can stay off ball, right? I'm going to suggest you off ball. On offense, one thing I suggest as well is holding the ball as much as you can. The less time you give them to shoot 3s, the better, right? Give them less time all that. And then the more important thing, right, the most important thing in life is don't shoot crazy shots. If you shoot bad shots, they'll be out in transition, and you don't want that. Now, one thing I also forgot to mention is go ahead in your matchups and put your 2 best defenders on these guys. So the best defender on my team is between Matisse, right, between Matisse and Sealy. So I could put Sealy on that. I could put Matisse here, whatever it may be. You can literally put whoever you want and just be mad aggressive. You saw how Drew basically stole that ball from me, and I'm going to go fast right here just so I can show you guys what to do. When they get the ball and they're in transition, you're going to hit this button. Make sure you have a couple other backup guys on your team that can play defense just in case you foul out. But every time they get an offensive rebound or they're out in transition, you foul intentionally. Now, how I play defense is literally guard whoever can shoot. Whoever can shoot, which in our case right now, it could be anybody. It could be anyone. It could be your centers, the power forwards, whatever the case is. Remember, hold the ball. You want to waste as much time as possible. I'm just here to talk about defense, so I don't care if I lose the ball. I'm just here to talk to y'all about defense. You want to take whoever it is, whether I used the minute ball pretty much the whole time, and I would come up, and I would basically make sure I leave whoever it is. Like right now, I'm leaving green wide open in the paint. Now, the reason we leave the paint open is so they can score 2s. You want them to score 2s. You could flop down below. You could do whatever you want. You could extend your pressure up. That's another thing you want to do, right? You want to extend your pressure up a little. Once again, like I said, I'm just going to turn the ball over so I can play defense. That's all you guys care about right now. So I'm going to come double Curry. We leave Draymond wide open. He's going to go ahead and score the 2. We want to make sure that's what we do pretty much every possession. We're cool with that. We're chilling with that. And as long as we're scoring right back, which we should be able to, it's not the craziest difficulty, right? We can shoot 3s like that. We'll be able to hit. Obviously, you don't want to give them a wide open shot every time. I've seen people, or some people, we talked about it, and you can foul pretty much every possession if you want to, if you're scared. But look, you really trying to run people off the line. Run them off the line, let them come inside, and that's easy picking from there. As long as they're not taking 3s, you are chilling. Now, the one thing to pretty much look out for, there's one thing to be scared of, and that's the off-ball screens. And that's why me as Manute, I was watching that. I was watching all the off-ball screens. You just got to watch Clay and Steph. If they come out the game, you literally can relax. Draymond's the only other person that kind of shoots, but you see how the defense literally gets you a lot of steals. As long as you're not using them and you put your 2 best defenders on the players that we talked about, you should be good. You see that they got the rebound? First thing I do as soon as they get the rebound is I'm intentionally fouling. In transition, that's their best shot with your defense not set up to get it. See, left Draymond every time. They're going to go for the 2. Go for the 2. And I can outscore this team. No worries, no issues. And I'm positive about that. Y'all should be positive too. Don't worry about outscoring them. Your main job is to make sure they don't shoot 3s. Once again, if you leave Draymond at the 3-point line, he will shoot and he will hit. Don't leave him. But you see here, I leave whoever that is. He can go in. And then if I want to, I could try to recover. But you don't have to. Because if you recover too much, they can possibly like pass and get a 3 or something like that. So you don't want to even risk that. If you want to go ahead and put a full court press, you hit left on the D-pad. And then you hit R2. And then you hit that. And then you're going to be in a full court press the rest of the game, which can work. You watch all the screens. You're over all of them. You force yourself always to cover over screens. So you make sure that never gets given up. And you'll basically be all right. Just remember, this game is not like, you can never stop. Never stop, because the game is long. The first time I played it, they hit a 3 with 3 minutes left in the game. So obviously, I had to adjust and I had to realize that, one, don't jump on things. This is the guy you want to leave open, Sean Livingston. He's going to go into the basket pretty much every time. You could do whatever you want. You could flop on him. He can't shoot. He'll go into the basket. His tendency is to run to the hoop. So once Steph and Clay are out the game, you can relax a little bit for sure. You can definitely relax. This ain't the Warriors of nowadays that just shoot all the time. Those tips should help you out. Just stay locked in and do everything I said. Let them get the 2s. I wouldn't fully recommend fully flopping up top. Just flop with like your big man if you wanted to. But as soon as you come up and watch with Manute off the screens and stuff, monitor all that, you'll be good. They won't hit 3s. Promise you. Make sure your 2 best defenders are on Steph and Clay, and you'll be good from there. Now, next game is the blocks game. This, you have to use only point guards. You're playing bigs. I'm not gonna go into this game. This game, use your biggest point guards. It sucks you can't use shooting guards that are eligible. Like Giddey is an eligible point guard, but he's not eligible for this challenge. So I used Drew Holiday. I used Ja Morant, right? This Ja Morant actually got me 3 blocks in this game. He got me 3 blocks. Honestly, it's not as hard as it sounds. Trust me. Just go into the game and you will see for yourself. You could use whoever you want. If you have bigger point guards, use them. Let them try to drive into the rim. And honestly, Yao, if he's driving, you can block him from behind pretty much every time. It's not that hard. Trust me. Trust me. It's way easier than you think. This one, I'm not even going to this game either. This is the one without assists. So all you have to do for this one is hold the ball as much as you can. Basically, this is what I did. I held the ball as much as I can. I called the screen, right? And then I just went around the screen and I shot it, or I went to the basket. But as long as you don't rush, because basically what happens is you rush up the court on a fast break, you pass the ball, you go up, you score, and you got an assist. So make sure you just remember that this is the no assist challenge. Try to play like James Harden, try to play like AI, and you'll be all right. We'll go into the turnover game just so we can talk about this one a little bit. I'll actually use the same lineup. I would recommend using a point guard you really like. A point guard you really like so you can have some fun with it, right? Enjoy yourself a little bit. Use bigs as well. And the main important thing for this one is to play slow. Slow. Remember that a 24-second violation counts as a turnover. So don't hold the ball too long and then try to force up a shot, because if you airball, that's a turnover. Also, you don't want to run too fast, because if you run too fast and you hit somebody and you get a charge, that's a turnover. Another main thing you really focused on, right, is that whole rebound. If they get a rebound, or if you get a rebound, I'm sorry. If you get a rebound and you step out of bounds. Honestly, I was too scared to even call these, because if I get a moving screen, that's a whole turnover. And then I wouldn't pass that because that's scary. So I would just hold the ball. I'd make the easy pass like that and I would shoot it, right? That's like the max I would do, literally. I wouldn't do anything more than that. I don't even play that good of defense because I'm scared I get the steal and then they get a steal right back. I'm not risking none of that. Use a point guard you really like, right? That's my main suggestion. Or shooting guard. If you hold down circle on current gen, your ball handler, or the person next to you, I mean, will come get the ball from you. So I don't have to even force a pass. I would take shots when I'm open. Obviously, this isn't the lineup I used, but just literally just stay composed, stay real. When you get a rebound, I would not pass it up at all. I did not pass up any of my rebounds. I did not pass anything to the corner. I would hold the ball, make sure they leave me alone, and then I would bring it up slowly. Don't recommend taking screens. Like I said, what you could do is just go to the basket. That's pretty much all I did. Either that or I shot a 3. I would set up freelance. You're going to need this freelance in a lot of things in this game. You don't need a playbook for this. You go into the freelance and you set up the Hawks 2018. Remember this, because if you're watching this right now, you're going to need this for a lot of other things, right? Once I do that, I'll wait till I get the ball and I'll show y'all what we do from there. But we're just going to relax on defense. Like I said, I don't want to get a steal and then turn it over right back. That was something I was worried about. And then the whole rebound thing. I'm scared to get a rebound and step out of bounds. I'm scared of all those little things. So now I'll hit right on my D-pad. I see my freelance at the bottom. L1, Hawks 2018. I click it. Now I'm setting the Hawks 2018. Now I could hit L1, pass screen away. This one was dope. And then now I just control the ball. Now I won't go crazy. I won't dribble too much. I won't try to attack the basket too crazy because I might turn the ball over when I'm dribbling too much, when I'm tired. Use your timeouts. That way you're not tired. That way your players don't lose the ball. That way they don't get exposed. But literally do not pass the ball unless the guy is right next to you. I highly recommend that. I did not do no cuts this game. I didn't throw no full court passes. I just kept everything straight from my point guard pretty much the whole time, and whoever got the rebound. Literally, if my new ball gets the rebound, he's bringing the ball up. I'm not risking nothing. I wasn't about that life. Like right now, that was a mistake. What if I threw it and they took the ball? They're not the best team you're playing against besides Jokic. Jokic is the only good one. So nothing too much to worry about. And then, yeah, just attack the basket. That's literally all I did all game. Whoever gets the rebound, I bring it up. I shoot with them more likely than not, and I didn't make too many passes. So that was this game. Best of luck. Now the next game is the Mullin challenge. I'm glad we on this one. This one's important. Use whoever you're most comfortable shooting with. This could be whoever you green with the most. For me, it was Gilbert Arenas. I actually tried it first with, who did I try it with? Booker? Yeah, I tried it with Booker first. And then I was like, nah, Gilbert's my guy. Use 2 guys that can screen really well. That was my best suggestion. Use 2 screeners. It could be anybody. Like I could use Bill Ambie or whatever, right? I'm shooting every shot with Gilbert Arenas. I'm not taking no other shot. I'm not forcing nothing, because if I force, I miss, right? I don't want to miss. I want to go 7 for 7. We can't miss a shot. So you're waiting for the screen to connect, and you're waiting to have the cleanest shot. This is Hall of Fame, I think, or All-Star, something like that. One or the other. It might be, I don't remember. But either or, the jump shot's slightly different than whatever game modes we play normally. So you got to get adjusted to it. Figure it out. Once you figure it out, it's going to click, right? It's going to click. So figure it out. I was going with the Lucky 7, making as many badges pop up as I can. That will definitely help you out. But if I didn't have a shot, I'd rather get a 24-second violation, honestly, than take a shot that I'm not comfortable with. Transition, I'm pulling that, and we hit that. All right, look, we're not greening right now, but it's money. And I hit these pretty fast. It was my second attempt at it. Just first time I used the wrong player. So once you figure out who the right player is, and if you actually play defense, I got my takeover after 3 shots with Gilbert. He got me a block too, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. But like this, I wouldn't take this. Too close to me. I'm waiting till I'm fully open. Not open, right? I'm just letting y'all know. Don't force anything. Like this one, I feel good. I feel good on that one. And I missed. It's perfectly okay. It happens. It happens. Best part about this is if you hit rematch, you're actually not going to waste any contracts. I'm pretty positive about that. You're going to be all right. And you're gonna be chilling. You're gonna have a shot at it again. Go 7 for 7 once more. So for real, just stay disciplined on this one. And right there, see, as soon as I green my first shot, I know I'm locked in. I know I'm be able to do it. And just keep it going. Same thing. Once you get that takeover, I promise you it's gonna get a lot easier. Make sure you're open when you take the shot, and just be real comfortable with who you're shooting with. If you're in transition and you feel free shooting it, go ahead. I could have maybe step back on that one. I probably could have had it. If you're on next gen, I recommend doing step backs. But right now, see, I greened both that time, so I'm feeling really good right now. Next game, we got the win the game without committing a foul. Hopefully I got some good tips for this one. This one, I would change my team for this one. I would make it less aggressive, guys, right? Don't use your best defenders in this one. Try to make it like less defenders. If you can look at tendencies and do that, go ahead, but you won't need to. I got y'all with the settings to make y'all play less defense and hopefully not commit a foul. Like, honestly, at the end of the day, you can't fully control certain things. That's why that whole turnover one kind of gets me upset, because if I get a rebound, I come down and then I hit into somebody, I'm gonna lose the ball. That's why I try to put myself not in those positions at all. So for this one, we're gonna go to defensive settings. We're gonna switch this to gap on off ball, right? Or actually we could leave it on leave him. Either or works pretty much the same. Gap on the on ball for sure. Gap, leave, okay? Also the same thing with the drive help. Put that on no help. You don't want unhelping at all. So make sure that's off once again, and you can turn this off. Now there's one other setting I would do in game, and you have 2 different options. You either on ball the ball every time and allow them to shoot. If you leave them wide open, they will shoot and you won't foul. Right, that's option 1. Or option 2 is the same thing we did with the Warriors one, and that's leave the paint wide open so they could pass the ball into the paint and go up for a layup wide open, uncontested. Now we let them get the ball so I could show y'all this. We're gonna go ahead and hit right on the D-pad, and we're gonna, I mean, they scored too fast because I wasn't playing defense. But yeah, always for these challenges, you want the game to end as fast as possible. You don't want to get called for a moving screen. You don't want to get called for a charge. You don't want to get called for anything. Main thing also is once you shoot, make sure you control your center, your big man, and don't go for rebounds. You don't want to over the back foul. You don't want none of that. So you could set up your ISO and all that good stuff. I was honestly scared to run to the rim a lot of times. But here we go. I'm going to hit right on the D-pad, and then we're going to hit L2. We're going to hit L2 again, and we're going to change the aggression to play conservative. Now your team shouldn't be as aggressive when they play. Once again, I could back up and let these guys shoot. If I flop and stuff, they will shoot, and that way I won't really have a chance to foul. My CPU won't reach. They won't do anything like that. The other option, once again, honestly, I wouldn't recommend giving them threes because the difficulty ain't the greatest. They can hit those. Set up your passing screen away to get your little ISOs. Go crazy on this team. Do what you have to do, whatever the case may be. I'm not going to show y'all the full game. But yeah, feel free to do whatever you want. Once again, leaving them open to take 2s is probably the better bet. That way you can answer back with the 2 or 3 of your own, and that way you are good to go. If you do call screens, make sure you wait like a lot until the screen actually hits. I don't recommend it. I don't want no moving screens. I don't want nothing. I didn't rebound the ball. I didn't do nothing. People were saying like their CPU reaches a lot. That's why I like defending like on ball. I like doing that. Or like I said, if you move your center, they will go straight to the rim. Like they'll pass it down there and you're good to go. Just yeah, try to control your guy that's guarding as much as possible. And yeah, that's that game. Hope that one helps you out. Make sure to do the play conservative and those settings. They should help you guys out a lot. Next game is the 11 dunks. I got y'all with this one. So use your best dunkers. Honestly, you have different options, right? You have different options. I forgot who I used, to be honest. I know RJ was hurt, so I didn't use RJ. I wish I did. I don't remember if I used Ja or Giddy. I think I used Giddy. And honestly, just use guys that can dunk. You could use Zion 100%. You don't even have to use anything like that. Now, for this one, you have a couple options. I'll give you out all of them just so you can play it however way you want. I'll literally give you every single option. One is pick and roll, right? You set the pick, he rolls, and you wait for him, you wait for him, you wait for him. He didn't roll on that one. Obviously, if I don't get the roll, I'm not doing anything. But if I do, I'm throwing up the lob. Double tap triangle, double tap Y, throw him the lob. And if you got a good dunker, he will go for it. If you can get steals, you'll get an easy dunk that way, obviously, right? If you're able to put a little bit of pressure. So I already got 2 dunks so far. Now, the main way that I did it, right, is I abused the guy who's the worst defender. And that's actually, you have 2 guys that aren't that good defenders in this one. But the main guy is this guy right here. This guy, Blake. He's kind of slow. So what you would do is L1, pass and screen away again. And then you try to speed past him, and then you get the dunk. I didn't even have a good animation, so I had to reset. But I would do it again, right? Reset. And if you don't have it, like I said, I'd rather get a 24-second violation than do anything but a dunk. This is basically like the 3.1. You got to dunk the ball. You don't want nothing else. Now, if you know how to speed boost, that like the L1 gives you a really, really easy opportunity. But I don't know how to speed boost, so I always do the behind the back. You can do either or. The behind the back, I'll explain it to y'all once I get the ball again. But it's basically you go diagonal based on where the ball is. You use your left stick and you go diagonal. That's how I score. I actually turned the ball over mad times trying to do like just pass the ball to someone. But yeah, this is the play that I think I would do every single time. I would give the ball to who I want to use, whoever it may be, and that's literally against Julius Erving, who's slow, or Blake, who's slow. Don't attack Vince. He plays probably the best defense out of the 3 for sure. Not probably, he does. And then I would back up and take him full court with the L1. So I'm gonna do it one more time a little slower. My bad, I'm really bad at explaining things when I'm doing it. But yeah, I don't really care if they score. I don't care right now. Obviously, I will in a second. But right now, I'm giving the ball to Giddy. I'm backing up L1. It will clear up the room for me. And then I'll do that. And now I'm by myself. And I'm ready to go take off. Once you clear up the space, it's easier because otherwise they're going to be there for you. They're going to stop you. So you could do this once again on Julius or on Blake. Either or. Try to get the matchup you like with whoever you like. As long as they can dunk, you're good. Now, the other method works too, but the one that I just mentioned is probably better. And that's if you hit left on the D-pad, you hit give and go. This one works. It's just not as effective. But once you do the give and go, you hit triangle, double tap, and they'll cut, right? Obviously, they'll cut by themselves. You double tap for the alley. So that one works like maybe 2 times, maybe 3 times in a row. But then the CPU actually adjusts, and you'll have to adjust where you set it up. So I don't want to like say that one just so I don't like mess any of y'all up. You feel me? But see here, I know who I got. I'm an L1, clear out space, and then I go bang, and I'm out to the races. If I felt like I wasn't gonna dunk there, I won't go up. But literally, I flick my stick diagonal from where he has the ball, and it makes him do that little behind the back. And that's it for this challenge. You'll get the dunks real easy that way. I can't wait to get to the minute challenge. I'm waiting for that. Where's that minute challenge, man? Hey, it was next. All right, so I actually made a video on this. And I recommend if you wanted to see more, you go watch that video to see my lineup and stuff I use for that. You could kind of see it here, but I go more in depth. You'll see every play I did, everything I tried, and all that good stuff. But I'll go into this game just so I could explain a couple things a little bit better, because I realized I didn't explain it that well. So if you're here and you've been watching this throughout the whole video, you basically learned everything you need to know. And that starts with the freelance, obviously, your Hawks 2018, and that's literally the most important thing. Everything else not so important. One thing I highly recommend as well is on-balling. If you on-ball, you have a higher chance of stopping them than if you don't. I feel like if you don't on-ball, they're gonna score a little bit more. Okay, so I know it sounds crazy, but try to on-ball. If you're not that good at it, keep switching on and off. But if you on-ball, you have a higher chance of stopping them. Now, once we set up the freelance, I'm not gonna go too crazy into this game. I just want to set up the play for y'all so I can explain it a little bit better, because a couple people said I didn't explain it too well. But great on-ball defense there, and we actually got the rebound. So right on D-pad, freelance, right? You find it and you do all that, right? Now that it's set up, L1, L1, right? I got the little switcheroo, and now it's me versus Steph. I'm taking Steph all day, every day, and I finished that. Jay Williams is a bucket getter. You could use Devin Booker at the 1. You can use a lot of different guys. You want to use Ben Simmons. You want to use, honestly, don't try to use someone too like old, like from long time ago, but like Jalen Suggs is solid. There's a couple good options. Definitely, if you don't have this, if you have Tyronn Lue and you're comfortable with him, go for it. Now, what you guys didn't realize on that play, right? I had the play set up perfectly, right? Even without me speed boosting or doing anything too crazy. I like doing it on the behind the back. What I was gonna say, y'all didn't realize that they crashed, right? You see they crashed there too. I should have swung the ball one more time because they helped. If I would have swung it one more time, I would have had an open guy at the wing. And unfortunately, I decided to shoot. But look, with me switching, I get to the hoop as much as I can. You would probably prefer a center that's more agile than one that's not as agile. I'm going to the hoop here. One thing I can also do, I had to reset there. I passed it the wrong way. But I should have passed that the right way. Now for this one, honestly, don't worry about the score. Don't worry about the score. You can always come back, right? So right now, I'm cutting, right? There we go. This time I got it. And just make sure y'all hit your shots when you get the switch like that, right? If you hit your shots, you're going to be golden. You're going to be golden. So I could hit that all day. When I played it last time, my guys were pretty automatic. They were hitting pretty consistently. And like I said, look, me on balling is a lot better. Now, I would always set this pass and screen away just to make my life a little bit easier. But yeah, that's literally all you guys need to know. That's it. It's just those two things. Either I go straight to the rim if I don't get help, right? I go straight to the rim. I could go up if I completely blew by him. Or if they help, I pass. The other option is I pump fake. They'll kind of collapse a little bit, and then I could pass out of that. Know that I was down double digits the first time I played that, and I still won, right? When I was down double digits, we still pulled that one off. So don't get too crazy and be like, yo, I lost 100%. Like, try to get better within the flow of the game. And once you get a rhythm going, once you figure it out, once your shooters are nice, like if you don't have the guys from last season, like the DeAndre Hunter and all these guys, just get like Duncan Robinson, good shooter. Get Jonathan Isaac. Try to get guys that are lanky, can spread the floor, help you out in a long ways. But that's pretty much every game. I think I went over everything that you guys might need help with, trouble with. If you guys have questions about the other challenges, these, my highest recommendation to keep them under 61, if that's what you're struggling with, is just hold the ball a little bit more. Try to take longer with your shot clock. That way you're good to go. But that's pretty much it. I hope this helped, guys. I hope it did. And let me know if there's any challenge you really are struggling with. Remember that I linked this one down below. Go check that out if you want to see me actually play. And I also linked the post-up one, this one right here. So I hope this helped once again, guys. My mural is almost complete. I'm actually missing one piece, not two. My other one is right there. I'll open that up in a little bit. But yeah, guys, I hope this helped. Best of luck to all of y'all. Y'all know the drill. It's been your boy Mos. Y'all know what I asked y'all to do. Sub, hit that like button, all that good stuff. I'll catch you guys later. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll try my best to answer y'all. It's been your boy Mos. Y'all know the drill. And Ballin out.